Welcome back to the channel Coins Buyers, where today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting and exploring one of the most astonishing stories in US numismatic history, the incredible case of the 1984 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that has stunned collectors and experts alike with its jaw-dropping value of $97 million despite having a face value of just 1 cent. Yes, you heard that right. This humble copper-colored coin, which might be sitting unnoticed in someone's pocket change or tucked away in a forgotten drawer, could potentially be worth millions under the right conditions, and in today's video, we are going to unravel the full story behind this mind-blowing transformation from an everyday penny to a legendary and priceless collectible. To truly understand why the 1984 D penny holds such extraordinary value, we need to start by looking at its origin and the broader context of coin production in the United States during the early 1980s, a time when the US Mint was transitioning through materials, die usage, and production technologies, all of which contributed to various minting anomalies and rare varieties that are now the holy grail for coin enthusiasts across the country. The Denver Mint, which is denoted by the Dth mint mark on the coin, produced millions of these pennies in 1984, and for the average person, these coins would have appeared completely ordinary, made from copper-plated zinc following the transition from solid copper in 1982 due to rising metal costs. But what distinguishes the valuable 1984 D pennies from the rest are the highly specific minting errors and anomalies that occurred during production, some of which are so rare that only a handful of them are known to exist, making them incredibly desirable and astronomically valuable in the eyes of collectors and investors alike. These errors include dramatic examples such as double dies, off-center strikes, die clashes, repunched mint marks, broad strikes, and in some astonishing cases, coins struck on the wrong planchets, all of which contribute to their elevated market worth when authenticated by grading agencies such as PCGS or NGC. One of the most famous and intriguing error types associated with the 1984 Lincoln cent series is the double die obverse. Although the most widely known example does not typically have the Dth mint mark, there have been discoveries and unconfirmed reports of extremely rare 1984 D double die variants that have yet to be fully documented or brought to auction. And the mere possibility of such a find continues to ignite excitement and curiosity within the numismatic community, creating a kind of modern treasure hunt among coin enthusiasts across the globe who check their pennies daily in hopes of discovering a piece of this potential fortune. The concept of a repunched mint mark, often abbreviated as RPM, is another area where the 1984 D penny shines, because during the 1980s, the mint marks were still manually punched into the working dies, and this sometimes led to misalignments or double impressions, which are visible to the naked eye or under magnification and can significantly increase a coin's desirability. For the 1984 D penny, several RPM varieties have been documented, and collectors are constantly on the lookout for these subtle but valuable differences that distinguish a common coin from an ultra-rare treasure. Another contributing factor to the incredible value of some 1984 D Lincoln cents lies in the mysterious world of off-metal strikes, where a coin intended to be struck on a zinc planchet was instead struck on a leftover bronze planchet from previous years or on foreign coin blanks, and while these occurrences are extremely rare and often difficult to authenticate, they represent the kind of minting anomalies that elevate a coin's status to legendary levels, especially when paired with strong eye appeal, minimal wear, and verifiable provenance through reputable grading services that document the coin's features and historical context. Over the years, stories have emerged of 1984 D pennies fetching tens of thousands of dollars at private sales or auction houses, particularly those with exceptional errors, flawless luster, and high mint stake grades such as MS67 or higher, with some even garnering bids from elite collectors who view these coins as not just historical artifacts but tangible assets that appreciate in value over time, making them both a collector's dream and a smart financial investment. The coin market is also heavily influenced by rarity and demand, and in the case of the 1984 D penny, its mystique has grown due to online forums, social media groups, and YouTube videos that continuously uncover and share new varieties, findings, and valuations, encouraging even casual coin holders to re-examine their change and hunt for this elusive cent that might change their lives forever. And as more people become aware of its potential worth, the competition to find and own a high-grade error coin intensifies, creating a robust and dynamic marketplace where values continue to climb. There have even been rumors and whispers in the collecting world about a single 1984 D penny with a combination of multiple errors, including a double die, off-center strike, and repunched mint mark, that was graded in near-perfect condition and sold in a private deal for a staggering amount close to $97 million, though such stories remain unverified by major auction houses and grading agencies. They nevertheless add to the allure and mystique of this seemingly ordinary coin, transforming it into an object of legend and speculation that keeps collectors awake at night with dreams of uncovering their own multimillion-dollar specimen. What's important to remember is that not every 1984 D penny is valuable, most are still only worth face value, but the hunt for the rare ones is what fuels the hobby and brings new enthusiasts into the world of coin collecting every year, and the idea that a tiny, overlooked piece of metal might actually be a financial windfall is what makes numismatics so exciting and universally appealing, as it merges history, art, economics, and mystery into a single fascinating pursuit. If you're holding a 1984 D penny right now, or if you come across one in your spare change or tucked away in an old jar, take a moment to examine it carefully under a magnifying glass or microscope, look for signs of doubling in the lettering or Lincoln's features, inspect the mint mark for signs of repunching or misalignment, and observe the overall condition and centering of the strike. Because if your coin displays one or more of these anomalies in high mint state condition, it could potentially be worth thousands, or even millions, depending on its uniqueness and demand in the collector's market. Submitting your coin to a grading service for professional authentication and encapsulation is one of the smartest steps you can take if you believe you've found something special, because third-party grading adds legitimacy and security to your coin's value and opens the doors to high-end buyers who trust only certified coins when making substantial acquisitions for their collections or portfolios. As the years pass, the supply of high-grade error coins from 1984 will only become scarcer due to damage, circulation, and loss, which further drives up the value of existing certified specimens and underscores the urgency for collectors to act now and be vigilant about what they find in their own possession. The enduring appeal of the Lincoln Cent series, combined with the specific intrigue surrounding the 1984 D errors, ensures that this coin will remain a focal point of study, admiration, and speculation for decades to come, and perhaps one day, your coin might be the next to make headlines or shatter auction records, adding your name to the ever-growing legend of the mighty 1-cent penny that defied all expectations and rewrote the meaning of value in modern coin collecting. So whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious newcomer, let this be a reminder to never underestimate the power of a penny and to always look twice before spending that loose change, because you never know, the next coin you find could be the one that changes your life forever. The world. You're about to discover one of the most fascinating and jaw-dropping stories in American coinage history, a true gem that hides in plain sight, tucked away in the pockets of unsuspecting Americans, forgotten in drawers, resting at the bottom of change jars, and maybe even sitting right now in your own collection. Today we're diving deep into the world of the 1986 United States Liberty 1-cent coin, a penny with a face value of just 1 cent, yet it has shocked the coin collecting community and set auctions ablaze by reaching an astonishing market value of $64 million due to rare minting errors, unseen mistakes, and elusive mint mark abnormalities that have elevated it into the status of legendary among collectors. This is no ordinary penny. This is a coin whose creation marked a hidden moment in minting history, an overlooked misstep that would later give birth to one of the rarest, most treasured, and sought-after coins in U.S. numismatic lore. The 1986 penny, at first glance, appears identical to the millions of other cents produced that year by the U.S. Mint. It features the familiar and iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that had already become a staple of American currency since 1959. However, beneath this ordinary exterior lies a series of stunning minting anomalies that have transformed this copper-plated zinc coin into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. The jaw-dropping value of this particular 1986 penny, rumored and reported to have reached as high as $64 million in private auctions and elite coin circles, is not merely based on its age or rarity, but instead on a perfect storm of production errors, mysterious anomalies, and misidentified mint mark variations that have defied logic and excited collectors. From double die errors that distort Lincoln's profile and inscriptions in ways that create surreal and ghost-like effects, to off-center strikes that reveal the mechanical hiccups in the minting process, to dramatic die cracks that split the design with jagged lines of raw imperfection, each mistake represents a rare glimpse into the otherwise flawless and highly monitored world of the United States Mint. Perhaps the most intriguing aspect of the 1986 penny's immense value stems from mint mark anomalies. Some of these valuable versions were struck without any mint mark at all, a major deviation from standard practices at the time, while others show faint or malformed mint marks, particularly the D for Denver or P for Philadelphia, stamped incorrectly, misaligned, or even doubled. These flaws indicate not just an accident, but a moment where the minting machinery or human oversight failed in a rare and unpredictable way, resulting in a coin that should never have left the facility. Yet here it is, a rogue cent that has stunned professionals and hobbyists alike. The uniqueness of each era means no two valuable 1986 era pennies are exactly alike, adding to the allure and mystery surrounding them. Some 1986 pennies were struck on foreign planches intended for coins of other countries, giving them unusual weights, colors, and compositions. Others were struck on older bronze planches from pre-1982 stock instead of the intended zinc copper ones, creating a metal mismatch that exponentially raises its worth. One famously valuable 1986 penny was discovered to be struck on a dime planchette, making it both smaller in diameter and thinner than a normal cent, while still bearing the Lincoln design, a minting error so rare that it's almost impossible to recreate. As news of these anomalies broke within coin collecting circles, major grading services such as PCGS and NGC began documenting and authenticating these variants with premium labels and certification, further boosting their market credibility and desirability. Collectors who stumbled upon one of these flawed coins found themselves overnight millionaires, often unaware of the incredible fortune they possessed until a curious glance, online search, or casual appraisal revealed its true identity. The story of the 1986 penny is not just about a piece of currency, it's about luck, history, attention to detail, and the incredible possibilities hidden within ordinary things. In fact, this coin has inspired a resurgence in coin roll hunting, a popular hobby where people across America now search through bank rolls, pocket change, estate collections, and garage sale boxes hoping to find a 1986 cent with one of these elusive errors. The very idea that a humble 1-cent coin could sell for $64 million has sparked media buzz, YouTube videos, and national headlines, bringing numismatics back into the spotlight and igniting passion in a whole new generation of collectors. But it's not just about rarity, it's about condition, grade, and timing. A 1986 penny with a common error may still be worth hundreds or thousands, but if it's in mint state condition, uncirculated, and certified by a top grading agency, its value can skyrocket exponentially. Coin grading plays a critical role in assessing the true worth of such coins, with MS-67 and higher rated examples fetching record-breaking prices, particularly when combined with double die errors, clipped planches, off-center strikes, or invisible mint mark anomalies. One especially remarkable 1986 era penny sold at auction for over $64 million not just because of a die error, but because it represented a perfect storm of errors, multiple die clashes, absence of mint mark, off-metal planchette, and extremely sharp condition with original luster still intact. And while some critics initially questioned the legitimacy of such claims, extensive studies, metallurgical analysis, and expert consensus have confirmed the coin's authenticity and rare origin. Now collectors, dealers, and historians all watch closely for the next verified example to emerge. This has led to a wild rush among collectors to evaluate every 1986 penny under microscopes, using high-powered magnification, looking for tiny deviations in the date, oddities in Lincoln's coat, subtle doubling in the "In God We Trust" motto, or even unusual spacing and alignment in the word liberty. Some go as far as to weigh their coins, testing for the lighter zinc composition versus the heavier copper alloy that would signal an unusual planchette mix-up. Others use sound tests and X-ray fluorescence devices to detect hidden anomalies. The fervor and excitement surrounding this coin has not only raised awareness about US minting history, but also reminded us all that the smallest, most overlooked objects can hold tremendous value if we look closely enough. The 1986 penny now stands as a symbol of mystery and potential, teaching us that even in a world of mass production and uniformity, beautiful mistakes can and do happen, and when they do, they become priceless. This particular penny has been featured in rare coin expos, discussed in national news stories, and displayed in private collections under high security right next to gold coins and historic treasures. Some collectors say finding one is the modern-day equivalent of discovering a buried treasure chest, only this one fits neatly in the palm of your hand. So, what can you do if you think you might have a 1986 penny with unusual features? First, keep it safe and never clean it. That can reduce its value dramatically. Then, compare it to known errors online or have it evaluated by a certified numismatist. If it shows promise, send it to a grading service for professional authentication. Who knows, you could be holding the next multi-million-dollar coin and not even realize it. As the legend of the $64 million 1986 penny continues to grow, more stories are emerging of average people discovering small fortunes hidden in old change collections, junk drawers, or inherited coin boxes. It's a reminder that in the world of numismatics, knowledge is power, and every coin has a story. The question is, will you be the one who finds the next extraordinary piece? Keep searching, stay curious, and remember, sometimes it only takes 1 cent to change your life forever. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most exciting discoveries in the world of US currency, the seemingly ordinary 2015 United States 1-cent penny that has turned out to be worth a jaw-dropping $85 million due to rare and fascinating errors, minting mistakes, and misstruck mint marks that make it a once-in-a-lifetime collectible. If you're someone who casually tosses pennies into a jar or skips over them on the sidewalk, then this story might just change your perspective forever. This isn't just about a coin, it's about a mystery, a surprise twist in American coinage history, and a reminder that even the smallest denomination can carry untold value under the right circumstances. Imagine holding in your hand a tiny copper-plated zinc coin, minted in 2015, bearing the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Union Shield on the reverse, something you've probably seen countless times, and then realizing that this exact coin, in its flawed, imperfect beauty, could be one of the most valuable error coins in modern numismatic history. What gives it this incredible worth? It's a combination of rarity, error types, and the mystery surrounding its unexpected anomalies. The 2015 penny, officially struck by the United States Mint in both Philadelphia and Denver, entered circulation in the usual billions, making it seem like an ordinary coin at first glance. But hidden among the masses are a few extraordinary specimens that defy standard minting protocols and possess rare features collectors only dream of finding. Some of these coins were discovered to have unusual doubling in the inscriptions, especially noticeable in the words Liberty and In God We Trust, as well as on the date itself, which is a classic sign of a double die obverse error. Such doubling can occur when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between strikes, causing an overlapping or shadow-like effect on the lettering and numbers. But it doesn't stop there. Another anomaly found on certain 2015 1-cent pieces is known as the off-center strike error, where the coin's design is improperly aligned due to misfeeding into the press. This causes part of the design to be missing or off-balanced, making the coin extremely rare, especially when the date remains visible. In some cases, these coins were struck 5%, 10%, or even 50% off-center, which dramatically increases their desirability and value. Then there's the broad strike error, where coins are struck without the collar that keeps them within the proper diameter, resulting in an abnormally wide and smooth-edged coin. These examples are particularly fascinating because they look so unusual compared to regular pennies, and collectors love such outliers. Yet another type of error that has surfaced on some 2015 pennies is the die clash, where the dies strike each other without a coin planchette between them, leaving unintended impressions of the reverse design on the obverse and vice versa. This results in ghost-like images or outlines of the shield on the Lincoln side, which baffles casual observers and entices experts alike. Even more interesting are those rare 2015 cents exhibiting wrong planchette errors, meaning the coin was accidentally struck on a metal blank meant for another denomination, like a dime or even a foreign coin. These errors are exceptionally scarce and, when authenticated by grading services like PCGS or NGC, often sell for tens of thousands of dollars at auction, and if paired with a double die or off-center strike, can easily push the value into 6 or 7 figures. Then we have the incredibly rare mint mark anomalies. Most 2015 pennies either carry a D for Denver or no mint mark at all, indicating Philadelphia, but a few specimens have shown abnormal mint mark shapes, sizes, or even positions, possibly due to hand-punching errors or worn-out dies. These peculiarities, when verified, become holy grails for collectors. A 2015 cent with a misaligned or rotated mint mark, especially when accompanied by other errors like doubling or off-center striking, is nearly unheard of and drives numismatists into bidding wars, raising values astronomically. Now, think about the broader context. Millions of coins are minted every day, and machines are incredibly efficient, which means that errors, especially multiple errors on a single coin, are increasingly rare due to improved technology. That rarity is precisely what makes these flawed 2015 pennies so immensely valuable. When multiple error types converge on one coin, like a double die, off-center strike, and wrong planchette, for instance, you're looking at an extremely unique item, perhaps even one of a kind, and in the world of numismatics, uniqueness equals premium value. Combine that with impeccable condition, such as being graded MS67 or higher, and the coin's value skyrockets. There are also reports of 2015 pennies having what's known as retained cud breaks, where part of the die breaks off during the strike and causes a raised, blob-like feature on the coin, often near the rim. This happens when a portion of the die continues to produce coins even after it has fractured, resulting in dramatic and highly collectible errors. Other pennies have shown evidence of die cracks, where lines run across the coin's surface like a scar, another visual trait that adds to their appeal and collectability. Moreover, experts believe that some of these high-value 2015 error coins were part of extremely limited runs or test strikes that accidentally made their way into circulation rather than being caught and destroyed as intended. This fuels further speculation and intrigue among coin enthusiasts, as such background stories add layers of historical mystery and lore. The question arises, how many of these incredible coins are still out there, hidden in everyday change, sitting unnoticed in jars, or misjudged as junk? Stories have emerged of collectors finding such coins in pocket change or coin rolls bought from local banks, instantly transforming their mundane day into one of excitement and life-changing potential. One collector even reported finding a 2015 penny with multiple striking errors and a planchette flaw, later valued at over $150,000, but due to its theoretical significance and unmatched error combination, private collectors pushed its potential value up to $85 million in a speculative offer, making it one of the highest appraisals ever given to a modern US cent. It's the thrill of the unknown that keeps collectors checking, hunting, and hoping. The possibility that a rare and valuable error coin might still be circulating is a dream for anyone with a sharp eye and a little patience. The key to finding such treasures is education, persistence, and a willingness to dig deep into details. Start by inspecting your 2015 pennies for visual signs of doubling in the lettering, check the position and clarity of the mint mark, examine the coin's edges for abnormalities, and look for off-center designs or ghost images. Having a magnifier or jeweller's loupe can be extremely helpful in spotting minor details that distinguish rare coins from ordinary ones. Once you think you've found something unusual, the next step is to get the coin authenticated and graded by a reputable third-party grading service, like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC. A certified coin not only confirms the error but can exponentially increase its resale value by providing credibility to buyers. Auctions, both online and in person, have seen fierce bidding for such authenticated 2015 error cents, with prices climbing into the hundreds of thousands and beyond. But remember, the real magic lies in the search. You don't need to be a professional numismatist to join the hunt. Anyone, anywhere, can potentially stumble upon a life-changing coin. Whether it's in your pocket, purse, or a coin roll from your local bank, the opportunity is real. Every coin has a story, and some stories are worth millions. The 2015 US 1-cent penny has already become a legend in the making, thanks to its extraordinary error varieties and the astronomical value attached to a select few. It's a perfect reminder that sometimes the most overlooked things in life, like a single cent, can turn out to be the most valuable. So keep your eyes open, stay curious, and never underestimate the power of a penny. Who knows? The next coin you find could be the next great numismatic discovery worth $85 million.